welcome to a new episode of the Cultural Magazine, where we bring you the latest events taking place around the nation. We have a lot in store for you in this episode, so stay tuned.
Within the framework of the Ministry of Culture celebrations of the Golden Jubilee of the October Victories, Minister of Culture Dr. Naveen Kilani opened the activities of the 8th session of the Cairo International Forum for the Art of Arabic Calligraphy under the slogan Calligraphy and Victory, which bears the name of the late great calligrapher Sheikh Muhammad Abdurrahman. The Minister of Culture inspected the general exhibition of the forum, in which 172 artists from 17 countries participated, including Egypt, Italy, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Lebanon, Morocco, Oman, Algeria, Thailand, Afghanistan, India, Syria, Jordan, China, Bangladesh, Uzbekistan, and Indonesia. Also taking part in the forum were the Sheikhdom of Al-Azhar al-Sharif, the Library of Alexandria, and the National Library and Archives Institute. Dr. Kilani said the Arabic Calligraphy Forum in its 8th session comes as a continuation of a successful path written by the symbols of the art of Arabic calligraphy in Egypt and the world over the past 7 sessions, during which they presented a wonderful image of the arts of Arabic calligraphy and its impact on our history and culture. The minister added that this forum comes at an important historical time as we celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the October Victories, which is a dear memory. Our gathering this year comes under the slogan, The Line and Victory, to reflect the spirit of unity, solidarity, and highlights the role of culture and art in promoting the values of uniqueness and excellence. The Minister of Culture thanked all the artists and participants in the forum who contributed to achieving this artistic accomplishment, expressing her hope that the forum will be a good occasion to exchange experiences and knowledge and enhance cultural understanding between different cultures and people. She also thanked all the constructive efforts that made this session of the forum a success. For his part, Dr. Walid Qannoush, head of the Cultural Development Fund sector, pointed out that the 8th session of the forum includes a special pavilion for the general exhibition that brings together newspaper publications that recorded the October victories on the front pages of their publications written by leading calligraphers. The session also includes holding an international scientific symposium with the participation of a number of researchers who addressed many scientific theses on the main theme of the symposium, which is the line and victory. In its 8th session, the forum honors many Arabic calligraphy artists from Iraq, Algeria, and Egypt. Organized by the Egyptian Arts Association, Arabesque and Mashrabiyya, the annual exhibition entitled Egyptian Fingerprints Through the Ages is held at the Cairo Opera House in the Library Music Hall, Ziad Bakir. A group of visual artists and photographers are participating in the exhibition. The event coincides with the celebrations of the Golden Jubilee of the October War 1973, embodying a new phase in the extension of Egypt's rich history over more than 7,000 years. The exhibit, Egyptian Fingerprints Through the Ages, presents a variety of works varying between photography, Arabic calligraphy, printing, ceramics, and sculpture.
We're here at the Cairo Opera House, the cultural hub here in Egypt, where it brings you a lot of interesting things, from music festivals to paintings and all different forms of art. Let's go find out more about what the Cairo Opera House has to offer.
The Cairo Opera Company, under the supervision of its artistic director, Dr. Tahiyya Shamseddin, opened its new artistic season 2023-2024 with the world's famous opera, The Magic Flute, by the great Austrian musician Mozart, directed by Hisham Al-Talli, and with the participation of the Cairo Opera Orchestra, led by Maestro Ahmad Farag, and the Cairo Opera Choir, coached by Mina Hanna.
We prepare for a very, very long time, but it's not the first time for me to perform this role. I performed tonight the role of Pamina. It's the main role of the Magic Flute. She's a princess, and it was told that she was kidnapped. And the prince who fell in love with her picture is looking for her, and she's looking for him, and many things are happening during this time. And of course we can't forget Papageno, the character who is half bird, half human being. Very funny. And this kind of opera is called Singspiel. Singspiel is the operas that has a dialogue between the numbers of singing. There is dialogue. So it is very interesting opera, and when they've done it, I've sang it before many times, but the last time it was done, I was out of Egypt. It was in 2018. So I'm really glad that I performed it in 2002 and once before and now. So each time we prepare in a different way because we got more experience. So we add to the role, we perform it in a different way. We understand our voices even more, even if we are professionals. Always we learn. So I'm really proud and happy tonight. I hope it will be a great performance, and I'm proud to perform in the opening of the season with this, the great Magic Flute of Mozart. All operas includes a lot of acting, and a professional singer should be able to act and to have the stage presence and to understand the character very well. So at the end, it's the happy ending when the princess and the prince getting married. So I'm waiting for this moment. Even the audience is always waiting for this moment. But it is really a special opera. So I'm really glad that we are opening our season with this great opera that before 2002 it wasn't been done in Egypt at all, almost. We can't really tell that a certain composer is the most difficult, but we can say that each style of singing is different and demanding in a different way. Singing Mozart is demanding, very hard in a different way than, for example, Puccini or Verdi, because Puccini and Verdi, they belong to the Italian singing. We give more voice, we have to use different techniques, but for Mozart, it is very delicate. We have to control our voices even more because we can't give full voice. It's really the keyword control, and this is very demanding. It needs like a singer who is very sure of his tools and very professional, and of course with experience. Mozart is really demanding, and sometimes many singers in the beginning of their career, they cannot perform Mozart.
Honestly, this is a really lovely start to the season. There are a lot of faces that are coming from the entire world of opera and classical music around Egypt. So there are artists that have come from the Alexandria Opera House. There are artists that have been absent from the scene and they've come back. There are professors that have been traveling and they came back. So it was really wonderful to have Dr. Hanan Gindi, she's back. Dr. Niveen Aluba is back in the Opera House. Working with Maestro Ahmed Farag is really, really lovely. Maestro Mina Hanna is working with us as well as the Cairo Opera Choir, and it's just really wonderful. The whole start of things is lovely to see some of these different faces, the Egyptian faces on the stage representing the magic flute, and the libretto is done in Arabic as well. So it's lovely. It'll make things easy for the audience to interact. So yeah, we're all really excited for it, honestly. It's really, I mean, it's an honor every time. Every time it has its own ambiance and its own experience. So I'm just honored as an artist to be able to be participating in these operas on the Cairo Opera House stage, regardless of which part we're playing or which play we're doing. So hopefully, I mean, next time now there are a bit bigger and better opportunities thanks to Dr. Tahiyya Shamsuddin for other artists to shine in the classical world. So we're really, really excited for what's happening right now. For me, I think it's so exciting that people are starting to have this love or passion to, or curiosity, just like you just said, to look at the opera world. I mean, for my students, for me, for example, I try to put that in them. They haven't heard this stuff before. Some schools, maybe we were lucky as a generation to have had this enriched in us before. They're not as lucky, so I'm really glad that some of the parents out there and some of the students that are in universities are finding their way into the opera house and into the classicals to really find refined art. You know what I mean? Because we do lack that these days, honestly. And so I'm really, really happy for the outcome and for the audience that is turning up to the opera house.
Opening the new opera season with Mozart's masterpiece, The Magic Flute, gained the appreciation of the opera lovers, enjoying a night by professional soloists, choir, musicians, directors, and conductor in a dazzling rich performance. Shuru Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
Egypt has a long-standing history when it comes to the arts and culture. We like to recognize our artists for their work. Let's go find out more about how the nation has recognized these artists.
والناس ويمكن ننسى كل
With the beginning of the new artistic season for the year 2023-24, and as part of its series of artistic concerts organized by the Cairo Opera House to revive the artistic heritage of the stars and pioneers of music and singing in Egypt and the Arab world, it opens with a concert under the title Immortal Melodies by the Abd Halim Nuera Arab Music Ensemble, led by Maestro Ahmed Amir on the Grand Theatre stage at the Opera House. The concert includes a collection of immortal compositions by major authors and composers, which are sung by the pioneers of singing and music in Egypt and the Arab world, the stars of the era of fine art. Among these songs are The Soul Lover, Ashiq al-Ruh, or Once Upon a Time, Kenya Makan, The Dearest People, Aaz al-Nas, There's Something Sweet About It, Fiha Haga Hilwa, and many other songs. These songs are performed by the stars of the Cairo Opera House and the Abd Halim Nuera Arab Music Ensemble, Muhammad Hassan, Sabri Negeli, Ahmed Abd Karim, and the star singer Riham Abdel Hakim. It is noteworthy that the Abd Halim Nuera Ensemble was founded in 1967 under the leadership of Maestro Abd Halim Nuera under the name of the Arab Music Ensemble to revive the authentic singing heritage, to present various traditional singing and musical forms.
من فرح الدنيا بينا بنشهد
During its artistic career, it provided the opportunity for modern and contemporary music composers to present their productions from traditional templates. The band was named after Abdul Halim Nuera because of his efforts to establish the band. The ensemble includes about 50 singers, students with distinguished voices, and 40 musicians. The band presents traditional forms as well as different lyrical and musical forms to the audiences of Arabic music, including the muwashah, the poem, the taktuka, and theatrical melodies. The ensemble presented its artistic performances in many different countries around the world. The band also participated in many international festivals.
This brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more on Nile TV.